Good afternoon from Fulton, Missouri. It's Wildcat football on Cable Channel 2. Big Jim Mitchell along with Bob Van Meter on a cool, damp, cloudy, overcast afternoon in Fulton. Started raining about 30 minutes before kickoff time, and it looks like the rain's going to continue for the next few minutes as we're about ready to start this Wildcat football game.
Final game of the year for the Wildcats, as it is for the Fulton Hornets. The Wildcats coming off a tough loss last week to Sedalia. Fulton also coming off a loss, and they really don't have very good weather so far. We drove over today and kind of drove from good weather into bad weather, so hopefully it'll clear off as the game progresses. Pruitt will put the ball into play for the Wildcats. Bruner, the single safety back for Fulton. The ball game underway. Ball hits at the 20, picked up by an up man. Looking for some running room and has it nipped the near side. Wooten slows him down. Pruitt, the kicker, finally makes the tackle. But Fulton has pretty good field position as the football is spotted just over their own 40-yard line.
The Fulton Hornets coming in to their last game of the season at 2-7 overall. They are led by head coach Bob Fisher.
Darren Hampton, the quarterback for the Fulton Hornets. They set with a split backfield. Wingback tucked in on the right side. They give it off the right side. Chamberlain and Light in on the stop of number 30, Paul Bruner. Gain of maybe half a yard on the play, make it 2nd down 9 for the Hornets.
Fulton only 2 wins for the season. A win September the 12th over Moberly by a score of 21-19. And then a win over Boonville September the 26th over Boonville by a score of 19-0.
On 2nd and 9, motion by the wingback draws the Wildcats offside. So that will cost them 5 yards. It'll remain 2nd down. And about 3.
Just underway from Fulton, no score. The last game of the 1986 season for both teams. The Fulton Hornets 2-7, the Wildcats 5-3.
2nd and 3 from the 46. Again, motion to the near side. Handoff to the near side. Ray, the ball carrier. He's got the first down across midfield. Straight drive, dive off left tackle, picks up good yardage. And a first down for the Hornets. Chamberlain in on the stop for the Cats.
46-yard line.
Hampton has them at the line, 1st down. And they bring the wing back in motion. Give off the left side to Ray. Spins forward. Pruitt, the first man to make contact with him. The football spotted inside the 45-yard line to the 44, where it'll be 2nd down 8 for Fulton.
Now just under 10 minutes left in the first quarter. Still no score. The Fulton Hornets moving the football.
Fulton has had some tough opponents this year. Inside
as a whole.
Give. And a pretty good gain. They're going to be very close to the 1st down, depending on the mark. Chamberlain on the stop for the Cats.
They're their last win coming back on September the 26th over Boonville. However, since then, they, as you mentioned, Bob, have played some tough, powerful teams. Camden, Columbia, Rockbridge, Hannibal, Jefferson City, Helias, Marshall, and Kirksville.
Missouri River Valley Conference, an extremely tough conference. Had a couple of state champion football teams come out of here the last couple of years. It is first down for the Hornets. From the 37. Spin option, the quarterback Hampton keeps it straight ahead. Light fights him down as he gets near the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 6 yards, and it'll bring up second down for Fulton.
Last year's record for the Hornets, they were 6-4 overall and 3-4 in conference play.
Second down and about 3 for the Hornets from Fulton. Motion to the far side and flags all over the field. It'll be a legal procedure against Fulton, which it is. That will cost him 5. Move the football back to the 35. It'll remain second down. But now second down and about 9.
Light rain continuing to fall here as it started raining about 30 minutes before kickoff time.
Lights are on half the field, not the half that they're on. Inside handoff to the wing back, a flag thrown into the middle of the pile. No gain on the play. And it's going to bring up a holding call against Fulton.
Against the Hornets, holding.
And that stops the clock with 8:24 remaining in the first quarter. Still no score.
It's going to push the football back to the 45-yard line of the Cats. And bring up second down and about 20. So Fulton has yet to try and put the football in the air. We'll see if the long yardage situation facing them here will do anything about that. Darren Hampton, the quarterback. He wants to throw. Looks to the right side, fires it out there. Almost a circus catch. It's incomplete. Plattner was on the coverage. Very nearly pulled that one down one-handed. But it'll bring up third down now and 20. Little Statue of Liberty type play. The Wildcats are right there. Good defensive play by the Cats. Tim Dan in on the stop. It'll bring up fourth down now for Fulton. Fourth down, still about 19. The football at the 44-yard line of the Wildcats. And Harrisonville apparently, no, Fulton. Harrisonville will take the timeout, so we'll also take a break and be right back.
There's a rare find in Harrisonville. They specialize in aquariums and rare and unusual tropical fish of every species, like this adult piranha at prices you can afford. They carry the largest inventory of supplies and aquariums of any place in the greater Kansas City area. Come in and name this unusual fish and receive a 10-gallon aquarium for only $6. That's the rare find behind Walmart and next to Sears.
Ready to punt the football away is the Fulton Hornets. Back on their own 45, short snap, they get the kick away, angling for the near side. And out of bounds. Good corner kick by Fulton.
Out of bounds near the 8-yard line.
So it'll be inside the 10. Fulton doing a good job putting the ball out of bounds on the near side, so the Cats will operate from deep in their own territory. It's going to be Trent Flannery at quarterback today for the Cats. Jimmy Knox sustaining a knee injury in the last ball game. Cats come out in a single back set. Ron Litchfield, the lone set back. 3 wide receivers out. Flannery on the roll, fires the far side to Dan. Good one-handed catch, has the first down out across the 20-yard line, out to the 25. Good reception by Tim Dan. So the Cats with a little bit of breathing room now as they move the football out to their own 25.
In the game last week with the Tigers of Sedalia, Tim caught 2 passes for 30 yards. And also coming out of last week's game, Flannery completed 5 of 9 for 78 yards.
Now the Cats work out of the double back set, give straight ahead Mike Eisel. Pulled down as he picks up about a yard. That'll be second down now for the Cats.
7:09 remaining in the first quarter of play. Cats trying to rebound from their loss last Friday night to the Tigers of Sedalia Smith Cotton, 31-0.
And now a flag thrown before they can get started. It would appear to be against against Fulton. So it'll remain second down for the Cats. Now it's second down and about 2. Football at the 33-yard line of the Wildcats. Again, the split back set. Flannery on the option, keeps it himself. Cuts it back to the middle. Across the 35, he has the first down. So the Cats will have a fresh set with 6:29 to play here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game.
The Harrisonville Wildcats closing out their season here in Fulton after their loss last Friday night to Sedalia, closing out their homestand.
Both wide receivers to the far side of the field. Flannery gives to Eisel, a little inside move. Out to the 40-yard line. And a pickup of a couple. It'll bring up second down and 8 for the Cats.
Offense for the Cats so far for the season, scored 109 points, about a 14-point per game average. Defense has let up 95 points, a 12-point per game average.
On second down, an option to the near side. Litchfield with the pitch. Gets a block from Eisel, fumbles out of bounds. Pushed out about the 45-yard line. So that will bring up third down for the Cats. And about 2 yards to go.
Clock running with 5:20 left in the first quarter. Still no score. The Fulton Hornets and the Harrisonville Wildcats.
Just a very light rain now, it would appear, coming down. Not very hard, just enough to kind of make things slick. Pretty cool afternoon. Eisel with the give straight ahead, gets pushed back. He's not going to have enough for the first down. So we'll see what the Cats do here now with fourth down and about 1. Football at their 46-yard line.
Rushing last week against Sedalia, Eisel carried 7 times for 28 yards.
Well, it appears the Cats are going to try and go for it. 4th and 1. Eisel to call off the right side. He's not going to get it. Fulton will take it over on downs, and they'll have great field position as they have it at the Wildcats' 46-yard line.
With 4:20 left in the first quarter of play, both teams having their chance at the football. Neither one able to put it in for the points. But as you mentioned right now, Bob, with 4:20 left in the first quarter, Fulton in good field position.
Split backs, give off the left side.
As a hole.
Huge hole right up the middle. Aaron Ray just ran over a couple of Wildcats, and he has it all the way down to the 26-yard line. There was a hole that time big enough to drive a truck through. One thing about the conference down here, they play pretty straight ahead power football. All the teams in this area noted for their hard-nosed football. We're seeing an example of it right now. Ray this time has nowhere to go as the Wildcats do a good job. Cass Evans in there on him immediately.
Evans, the tackler.
No gain on the play. In fact, he probably even lost a yard, so make it 2nd down 11 for Fulton.
Fulton won back on September the 26th over Moberly, and then have lost 5 in a row.
Fulton sends 2 wide receivers out to the far side. Handoff goes to the inside. Chris Pittman, the ball carrier. Haas and Cass Evans in on the stop for the Cats. Gain of a couple. Make it 3rd down now and 9. Cats defense stiffening here with the football on the 26-yard line. Again, there's no score in the ball game. Still in the first quarter, 2:35 left to play in the first quarter. Hampton, the quarterback on the quick count, wants to throw, looks to the left side, has a man out there, tipped by Dan. It almost tipped it too high and allowed the receiver to get a second chance on it, but it falls incomplete. It'll stop the clock with 2:22 to play in the first quarter in a 4th down situation for the Fulton Hornets. Football resting at the Wildcat 26-yard line.
Fulton High School in Class 4A football. School enrollment of 669.
Now the Wildcats will take a timeout. So we will also take a break and be right back.
At California Waterbeds, they realize that the most used piece of furniture in your home is your mattress, and they want you to spend that time as relaxed and restful as possible. Choose a new waterbed from California Waterbeds' great selection, and you'll be floating away on the Soma mattress or one of their other fine brands. Visit John and Brenda Haynes at California Waterbeds on the north side of the Gaslight Shopping Center. Scott's in the Landmark Plaza has over 7,000 feet of home furnishings to choose from. They stock a large supply of that tough Armstrong carpeting, Target vinyl flooring, and Balic ceramic tiles, along with the biggest selection of quality furnishings anywhere. Scott's is celebrating their 39th year serving Western Missouri, giving quality at affordable prices. That's Scott's in the Landmark Plaza.
4th down and 9 situation for the Fulton Hornets. Hampton again wants to throw, looks to the right side, his arm's hit. Pruitt had a good rush on Hampton that time, and Hampton's hand went right into Doug Pruitt. Pass falls incomplete, and Hampton's got a sore arm as he's going off the sideline. But the Cats will take over on downs, 1st and 10.
So the Harrisonville Wildcats once again will try to get something going here in the first quarter. With 2:17 remaining, there's no score. The Harrisonville Wildcats having wins so far for the season: Warrensburg, Nevada, Pleasant Hill, Clinton, and Belton.
Single back set. Defense shifts around. Flannery wants to throw. Fires the inside. He's got it complete to Tim Dan. Dan has the 1st down. That'll be enough for the first down, as they gave him a good mark. And moves the football out near the 40-yard line, back, we'll say about the 38. Flannery did a good job surveying the field. He had some pressure coming from the backside, but he stayed in there, waited for Tim to break open. Hit him with the strike, and the Cats on the move. Under 2 minutes to play here in the quarter. Hoffman and Plattner both to the near side. Pressure right on him, loose football. Ooh. Fulton comes up with it. Somebody missed the blocking assignment on the inside for the Cats. Number 32 for Fulton went right through, grabbed Trent Flannery around the arms. He had to cough up the football. So now Fulton has it at the 35. Big break for the Hornets. First down. Hand off the right side, Pittman breaks a couple of tackles. Chamberlain finally pulls him down as he's inside the 30-yard line, down to near the 27, it looks like, of the Wildcats. Second down and about 2. Field position has all been for the Hornets thus far in this first quarter.
One other high school game being played this afternoon. Van Horn playing at O'Hara.
Two wide receivers to the near side for the Hornets. They hand it off the right side. Another big hole. Aaron Ray carrying the football. Dan in on the stop, along with Haas. The first down for the Hornets. Some equipment repair on the field. 50 seconds left to play in the quarter. Hornets with excellent field position via the turnover. Trent Flannery losing the football. Hornets move the football well at midfield. Then the Wildcats defense seems to toughen up. Loose football once again. The Cats have it back. Handoff was missed to Pittman. He hit him kind of on the thigh. Brian Wooten was right there to jump on it. The Cats have it back with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. And they'll place it about the 23-yard line.
Harrisonville Wildcats with 3 losses so far for the season. All have been shutouts. Sadega, Smith Cotton, Ray Pack, and O'Hara.
Powers and Isel in the backfield for the Cats. Powers gets the call. Good hole up the middle. Gets out across the 30-yard line out to the 32. Good hard run by Sean Powers. And time is going to run out here in the first quarter.
Gillen Pharmacy and Health Mart, a winning combination. Everything your family needs, from cosmetics and health care to school supplies, even free blood pressure checks. Their pharmacy department is unsurpassed with a computer system that handles yearly tax records, Blue Cross and PCS claims. Compare Health Mart and save with Gillen Pharmacy at the Southland Shopping Center. Miller Hayes Country Chrysler believes the first car they sell a customer is a result of their sales staff, and every sale thereafter is made by the treatment he receives in the service center and the full line of inventory in their parts department. Lee Iacocca has made the commitment to make Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge the best built American cars and trucks on the road, and backs it up with a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. See Miller Hayes Country Chrysler.
It's right, Litchfield to the right side. Ron pushed back as he gets very near the first down. We'll see where they give him the mark on the far side. Stretch the chains back out. And it appears they're going to measure it. The chains are right there. They're going to bring it in about 6 inches to measure it, I guess. Very close. Looks like they're going to be short by just a couple of 3 inches.
Couple of games last night. Odessa defeated Warrensburg by a score of 26-0. Warrensburg ends their season at 3-7. Kearney defeated the Panthers of Raymore Peculiar 41-14. Ray-Pec ends their season at 6-4.
Third down and inches. Fulton's got everybody bunched up in there. Flannery on the sneak. He's got the first down. Across the 35 to the 37-yard line. So the Cats keep the drive alive.
.42 remaining in the first half of play. Still no score. From Fulton, Missouri, the Harrisonville Wildcats closing out their season.
Split backfield for Flannery. Play action. He's got his man out there. It's Hoffman. Fights his way forward. He'll be down about the 47-yard line. Looks to be just about half a yard short of the first down. So Trent Flannery has looked pretty impressive throwing the football thus far in the ball game. Not the kind of day you would want to throw a sophomore quarterback in to have to perform cold and wet. But Trent has done an admirable job so far in the place of the injured Jim Knox. Stretch it out, he'll be short just by a matter of inches, so the Cats now will have a second down. In very short yardage. Flannery on the option pitch is back. It's loose. Eisel just falls on it. And a late hit. Yes. Cats are going to have a break here as Mike Eisel had fallen on the loose football. Was hit once and then hit a second time. Referee threw the flag after the second hit. Local fans not happy with that call.
Tell which side we're sitting on. 10:55 remaining in the first half. There's no score. You're watching Wildcat football here on Cable Channel 2. Don't forget, if you have community events that you would like to list on Cable Channel 2, simply call 884-5147. 884-5147.
Gives the Cats a first down, and hopefully the break that they need to keep things going here. Football across the 50-yard line at the 46 of Fulton. Flannery again wants to throw, floats it out for Litchfield. He's hit immediately. Incomplete. Fulton had a lot of people coming that time. If the Cats get back into the throwing scheme and they continue to rush that much pressure, we'll probably see the draw play, as well as trying to set up a screen. Second down and 10. Football at the 46. Trent's going to sit back in the shotgun now. And the Hornets a little bit too anxious. They break the plane, and it'll cost them 5 yards.
.40 now left in the first half. The Fulton Hornets closing out their season with this game against the Wildcats. They're coming in at 2-7 overall. Last year they were 6-4 overall.
Cats still stay in the shotgun. Good snap back to Flannery. Under some pressure now, has to scramble, gets rid of it. It's complete to Litchfield. Ron stopped. If he'd have kept going, he could have picked up the first down, but he held up trying to put on a move, and it cost him some yardage. Play only good for a couple of yards, so it'll bring up third down. Boy, Trent had people hanging all over him and still managed to get off a good throw. Third down and about 2 now for the Cats. Football at the 39-yard line of Fulton. Single back set. Cats with 3 wide receivers out. Flannery back to throw under a safety blitz. Loses the football. Butler covers it up. At that time, the Fulton Hornets had a blitz on from the backside. Trent just never had a chance, never saw him coming. So on fourth down, the Cats will be forced to punt the football as it's back inside their own territory. It's 4th and 14. Jared Light will punt for the Wildcats. Good snap, steps up, lets it fly. It's low, almost blocked. Takes a Wildcat roll and will be downed on the 20-yard line. That's where Fulton will take over 1st and 10.
With 8:54 remaining in the first half of play. Nellie's Restaurant at 802 North Commercial in Harrisonville is the place for fine food any day. Friday and Saturday night specials. They have grilled red snapper for $5.95 and an 8-ounce boneless club steak for $5.99. Lunch buffet Monday through Friday, $4 1/4. That's at Nellie's Restaurant at 802 North Commercial in Harrisonville.
Fulton handoff on the left side.
Could it be? Plattner, the last man with a chance to run him down.
He's gone.
Touchdown.
6 points. So, with 8:24 left in the first half of play, the Fulton Hornets gain some speed and put 6 points on the board.
Chris Pittman just broke it for 80 yards. It's just a little line plunge, but it was clogged up. He bounced to the outside and took off, and the Cats just didn't see him. Plattner with a chance to get him as he ran him down, but he couldn't make the tackle. And now Fulton to try for the extra point. And they'll go with the 2-point conversion. Out of the power eye, they give it off the right side.
Looks like he's in.
It's no good. Looks like they ran a lineman in there to carry the football.
So with 8:24 remaining in the first half of play, the Fulton Hornets 6 and the Harrisonville Wildcats 0. It's 3 a.m. and the county is asleep. Unfortunately, health emergencies often happen when the rest of the county is sleeping. That's why anytime, day or night, the staff at Cass Medical Center is ready to provide emergency medical care. It's important to us to be ready to give medical emergency victims the best of care. Every night of the week, our emergency room physicians are at your county hospital just in case you need to see a doctor. It's comforting to know we are here, caring to give you the very best.
80-yard touchdown run by number 30 for the Hornets, Chris Pittman. They will kick it back to the Wildcats. Short kick, picked up by Litchfield about the 20. Into the middle he goes, slips. He's got some running room out near midfield. Tackled as he crosses the 50-yard line, and now the Cats will have good field position to start it back up as they'll start at the 47-yard line of Fulton.
Again, the Harrisonville Wildcats coming in at 5-3 overall in the final game of the season. They finished the West Central Conference in third place, 1-2. Shut out last Friday night in their last home game by the Sedalia Smith Cotton Tigers, 31-0.
On first down, Flannery gives to Isel off the right side, lumbers across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. Pickup of a couple, make it 2nd down, 8 for the Wildcats. Cats overshift to the right side. Split into the left side. They run it back to the weak. Isel with the football has some yardage pushed out of bounds on the near side. Knocked out about the 36-yard line. That's going to be close to the first down again.
Cats needing to keep their drive going as there's 7:05 left in the first half of play. They trail by a score of 6-0.
3rd down and less than 1. Fulton really crashing their little left end down. Flannery, good second effort by Trent. He had the first down plus some extra as he's inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Fulton with number 44, Charles Jackson, their right-sided defensive end on our offensive left, really comes hard when the play is away from him. Cats were able to get outside of him with Isel on the previous play. Now they work out of the single back set. Flannery wants to throw. Here comes Jackson from the backside. Lets it go across the middle to Dan. Breaks one tackle. Back into the middle. He's got the first down, it would appear, as he's inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
So the Cats continue to keep the drive alive with 6:21 remaining in the first half.
The Cats are either going to have to continue to throw quick patterns or they're going to have to get somebody to block the backside, because Jackson's just running in there unmolested and coming at full tilt. Trent's either going to take a heck of a shot and knock him out of there, or he's going to cough up the football. This time 4 wideouts for the Cats. Litchfield the lone setback. Flannery, quick toss out to Isel. Picks it up, drops it. So that will stop the clock with 5:57 to play in the first half and bring up 2nd down for the Cats. 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line of the Fulton Hornets. The Cats down by a score of 6-0.
Cloudy overcast day. Light rain continues to fall. Fulton.
In the 4 receiver set, Flannery to throw, sets up the screen. Complete to Litchfield, got some blockers out in front, cuts it to the middle, he's in.
Good, yes.
Good piece of running by Ron Litchfield that time as he cut it back to the inside.
Beautiful.
He had the blockers out in front of him in Loper and Cass Evans. Played off them, cut it back to the middle, and the footing just slick enough that the Hornets couldn't react. So with 5:48 to play in the first half, the Cats have tied it up. Joe Fracascia will be on to attempt the extra point to give the Cats the lead. Placed down, booted up, and it is good. So the Cats jump up to the 7-6 lead. 5:48 to play in the first.
It's 3 a.m. and the county is asleep. Unfortunately, health emergencies often happen when the rest of the county is sleeping. That's why anytime, day or night, the staff at Cass Medical Center is ready to provide emergency medical care. It's important to us to be ready to give medical emergency victims the best of care. Every night of the week, our emergency room physicians are at your county hospital just in case you need to see a doctor. It's comforting to know we are here, caring to give you the very best.
You're watching Wildcat football on Cable Channel 2. Big Jim Mitchell along with Bob Van Meter. Once again, the Cats get ready to put it back in play with 5:48 remaining. They've jumped out to a 7-6 lead now over the Fulton Hornets.
Doug Pruitt will put it back into play for the Cats. Good deep end over end kick. Drives Pittman back inside his own 10. Comes into the middle. Breaks 2 tackles. Pushes over about 3 more people. And gets the football out to the 32-yard line. Chris Pittman looks extremely powerful out there running the football. He's just knocking the Cats down. Then they try to tackle him. He's one of those guys you're going to have to hit at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets up ahead of steam, it's going to be all over. They list him at 5'7" and 186 pounds. From the 32, first down for the Hornets. Pittman gets the call off the left side. Tackled as he gets out to about the 34. Litchfield on the stop for the Cats. It'll bring up second down. And about 9 for the Hornets. This time the Hornets send 2 wide receivers out to the near side. Ray and Pittman the backs. They give on the draw. Out of bounds on the far side is Aaron Ray. Light in on the stop there for the Cats. Gain of about 4. Make it third down now and 5. Football at the 36-yard line of the Hornets. Clock continues to run with 4:15 left to play in the first half. Cats hold the 1 point, 7-6 lead. Hampton hands off the left side to Ray, spins forward for short yardage. As the Cats close it down nicely, it's going to bring up fourth down. Coming up off the bottom of the pile, Chamberlain and Light. So a fourth down and about 3. Football at the 37-yard line of Fulton. Powers is back in single safety for the Wildcats. We'll see if they're going to go after this kick. They have a very short snap area. They just get the kick off. Powers takes a look at it, and he's going to have to let it bounce. Fulton, for some reason, picked up the kick at the 25. Hampton, the quarterback down there, jumped up in the air instead of waiting for it to roll out. But there's a referee's discussion out about the 30-yard line. Don't see a flag down on the field anywhere. But apparently there is, because there's a flag down about the 40. There's a clip against the Cats. And they've also called the Wildcat captains out now.
3:19 remaining in the first half of play. The Cats have a 1 point lead, 7-6 over the Fulton team.
Looks like we may have offsetting penalties and do it again here as they're bringing the football back.
The discussions going on by the officials and the Wildcat coaching staff.
Well, it's a clip against the Wildcats, and they're going to give the football back over to Fulton as Fulton gets the penalty yardage. They're coming over to explain it to Coach Barrett. This seems like this has happened to him once before on fourth down when the other team has punted. They call a penalty on the Wildcats and give them enough yardage to get the first down. In fact, I know that happened once before this year, and it was unusual call, to say the least, and looks like we're going to see it again because it's a first down for the Fulton Hornets.
One for you and one for us. What do you say, fella?
They want to throw the football. Hampton looks out there. He's got a man. It's complete. Hampton had all day to throw the football. Litchfield was on the coverage, but he was a half a field away from the receiver. And that'll give him the football at the 24, so the penalty has really cost the Wildcats here and has given the Hornets good field position via the pass play just inside the 25-yard line of the Cats. 2:50 left to play in the half. Again, Hampton works out of the shotgun. Motion and a flag. Appears the Cats jumped offside, so that will give them another 5 yards and a 1st and 5 from the 20-yard line for the Hornets.
And that moves the clock to 2:43 remaining in the first half. 7-6 the score. The Cats on top by 1 point.
Hampton again to throw under some pressure this time. Throws it out there. Incomplete. Plattner had the best chance at the football. He and Dan were out on the coverage. But the Cats finally had some pressure coming up the middle, forcing Hampton to throw it before he wanted to. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. The clock stopped 2:39 to play in the first half.
Games played last night. Platte County defeated Pleasant Hill by a score of 18-9. Pleasant Hill closes out their season at 2-8. Odessa down Warrensburg 26-0. Warrensburg ends their season at 3-7.
Statue of Liberty, Pittman with a call, and he is manhandled. Jared Light right on top of Chris Pittman, puts him to the turf. Going to be a loss on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down now and about 9. The quarterback for
Those guys are standing up after the play. Hit up.
Hampton for Fulton ran clear over to the sideline to get the play from the coach. Third down 10. Again from the spread formation, they set up the middle screen. Ray's got it, breaks a tackle. Cats close it down. And they'll have to see where they mark it now as to whether they'll have enough for the first down. Looks like they will be short. 4th down and a yard. 1:38 left to play, the clock running. And they run their big man into the, looks like into the backfield. They just need to pick up about a yard for the first down. They're at the 17-yard line of the Cats.
Minute 15 remaining in the first half.
Give off the right side, and the Cats have stacked it up, but it will be a first down. Brian Wooten in there on the stop. And that'll be a referee's timeout now. Apparently it'll be close enough they want to bring in the chains.
Minute 8 left in the first half of play. Another big game last night. Jefferson City defeated Rockhurst by a score of 20-7.
Stretch out the chains. And it's a Wildcats ball. They've held by maybe a couple of 3 inches, and that is a big, big play right there for the Cats.
Certainly is. So with a minute 8 left in the first half, the Cats now take control of the ball.
Boy, that is a tough, tough defensive stand because they put in the big tackle to run that football, and the Cats stop him just short. with time running out here in the first half. Flannery on the quarterback sneak, loses the football. Last thing that the Cats wanted to happen there. They retain possession of the football, but you figure the quarterback sneak, the safest play you can run to try and hang on the football and get out of the first half alive here. They're deep in their own territory. Football just over the 15-yard line.
25 seconds.
Again, Flannery on the sneak. He covers it up this time. Gets it out near the 20-yard line. That should do it as the clock now down to 10 seconds left in the first half. And I'm sure that Wildcats at least would like to just get in the locker room, dry off a little bit, come back out for the second half as they have a 7-6 lead. The buzzer sounds. That's the end of the first half. So the Cats will go in with a very slim 1-point margin, 7-6.
Bob Johnson believes when a man spends $1, he should receive equal value in return. That's why he's carried only brand names since 1950, like Whirlpool, Admiral, and Philco TVs, the finest in quality television and appliances that last a long time. Friendly people you can trust to help you select the right appliances. And Bob keeps working hard for your business. That's Bob Johnson Appliance on the square in Harrisonville. At Adventureland Video in the Landmark Plaza, our doors are always open 7 days a week, and we always seem to be busy. Maybe because of our special premium punch cards, or maybe because we specialize in family entertainment, movies the whole family can enjoy, and also offer special premiums like Kitty Bucks and Tuesday and Thursday specials. Adventureland Video makes everyone happy from the largest to the smallest.
Hello, I'm Marcia Dyke. I'm a registered representative with Waddell & Reed Incorporated. Our offices are located in the Excalibur building on Highway 291 North in Harrisonville. We offer a wide range of financial services, which includes a financial plan designed to fit your specific goals. Please call me at 884-3171. Let me assist you in planning for your financial future.
There's a rare find in Harrisonville. They specialize in aquariums and rare and unusual tropical fish of every species, like this adult piranha at prices you can afford. They carry the largest inventory of supplies and aquariums of any place in the greater Kansas City area. Come in and name this unusual fish and receive a 10-gallon aquarium for only $6. That's the rare find behind Walmart and next to Sears.
And once again, welcome back to Wildcat Football on Cable Channel 2. It's time for the second half to get underway. The Harrisonville Wildcats have a 1-point lead over the Fulton Hornets by a score of 7-6. The rain has stopped for the time being. Had a light rain all during the first half of play. And now once again, with all the action, here's Bob.
Well, the rain has let up, Jim, but I think the temperature's dropped about 15 degrees. It's flat cold up here right now. But the Cats will get the football back. The kick goes to the far side, picked up by Litchfield about the 12. Circles into the middle, gets stood up as it gets near the 25-yard line. So the Cats will start off their first possession of the second half from their own 26.
Looking at some of the stats in the first half of play, rushing Harrisonville 40, Fulton 143. Passing department, Harrisonville 8 attempts, six completions for 73 yards. Fulton 6 attempts, 2 completions for 28 yards.
On first down, Flannery has a single back set behind him. Quick throw out to the near far side. Mike Eisel with the catch down at the 35-yard line. It'll be a couple of yards short of the first down. Second down now for the Cats.
Total yardage in the first half of play, Fulton had 171 against 113 for Harrisonville.
Yeah, but you know, Jim, really 80 yards of that, especially in the rushing, came on that one play.
Correct.
So the game really as close as the score would indicate. Second down, 1 for the Cats. Split backfield option, pitch back to Eisel. He's got the first down, running room down the far side. Bumped out of bounds near the 45-yard line.
First downs, Harrisonville had 7 in the first half. Fulton had 5 penalties. Harrisonville penalized 3 times for 25 yards. Fulton 5 times for 40 yards. The halftime score, Harrisonville Wildcats 7, the Fulton Hornets 6. And with 10:57 remaining in the third quarter of play, the score still remains 7-6.
First down for the Cats from the 46-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the near side. They give Litchfield a loose football. Dive for it. I think the Cats have retained possession. But that was close. Ron never did really have good control of the football as he hit the hole quickly. Finally squirted loose. The Cats will gain a couple of yards on the play. Make it 1. Second down and 9. But they're going to need to cut out the turnovers. That's going to be an important part of the ball game. Both teams turning the football over in the first half. When the football is cold and slick and wet, it is very difficult to hold on to. Second down, 9. Flannery to throw, lofts it out there. It's complete. Dan with the ball. And that was a dangerous pass as he threw it back across the field. The ball kind of hung up there. Secondary for Fulton not reacting too quickly. Allowing Dan to make the catch. Pickup of about 5. Make it third down now and 3 for the Wildcats. Football just across midfield at the 47-yard line of Fulton.
Tim caught 2 for 30 yards last week in the game against Sedalia.
3rd and 3. Again, Flannery wants to throw under a lot of pressure. Loses the football. Fulton's got it this time.
Well, there's the turnover, Bobby, you were talking about. You had to guard against it. And the Fulton Hornets have good field position with 9:27 remaining in the third quarter of play. They trail only by 1 point.
Well, again, the Hornets had good pressure on Flannery that time. But it's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of experience for him to learn when to tuck that football in and take the hit. First down, pitch to Ray on the right side. Tries to get outside on Wooten, gets by him. Finally bumped out of bounds by Davis inside the 40-yard line at about the 37. Aaron Ray short of the first down. And it will bring up second down and about 2 yards to go for the Hornets.
Both teams closing out their season here this afternoon. The Hornets 2-7 overall. Last year's record was 6-4.
In the right side, and Pittman with nowhere to go. Colin Donahoe on the stop for the Cats. Really put a lick on Mr. Pittman. Loss of a couple of yards back to the 39 now. Make it third down and about 4 for the Wildcats. Mentioning the name Donahoe was read in the Kansas City paper earlier this week. His brother Kelly, freshman quarterback at KU, was going to get his first start in a ball game against Colorado today. Give off the left side. Again for short yardage, and again it was Colin Donahoe in on the stop. Fourth down and about 3 now for the Hornets.
8:03 left in the third quarter of play. Still 7-6. The Cats holding on to their 1 point lead.
Two wide receivers to the near side. They pitch the right side to Pittman. Pruitt's there, and he pulls him down. Good defensive play by Doug Pruitt. Brian Wooten also over there to help out. But the Cats defense just did an excellent job on that series, and they will take over on downs. And what's really encouraging is to see these young Wildcat players now. Even though it's the last game of the year, they're getting in some good experience, and it'll kind of springboard them off for next year. First down for the Cats. Football at their own 42, give to the left side. Litchfield with the football. Gets near the 45 before he's shoved back.
Last win for the Cats back on October the 24th, whenever they had their one and only conference win of the season over the Warrensburg Tigers by a score of 14-0. Coming back last week, were shut out against Sedalia, losing 31-0. And in the final game here this afternoon from Fulton.
Second down and long. Plattner in motion. Flannery to throw. Under pressure, lofts it out there deep for Plattner. Just tipped away. Good defensive play, but that was a well-thrown football. As Trent had lofted it up there for Wade to run under, it just took a good defensive play from underneath to tip the ball away. Third down now, 8 for the Cats. Powers checks into the ball game, placing Litchfield. Trent seems to have a good touch on the football. Wills in the ball game now at a wide receiver. The Cats have 4 wideouts. Powers the lone setback. Flannery to throw. Under pressure, sets the screen, and it's incomplete. And that will bring up fourth down. So both defenses rising to the occasion here in the third quarter. 6:38 to play in the third quarter. The Cats remain with a 1-point lead, 7-6. And Jared Light will come on to punt the football. Jared's first effort, a little less than spectacular. High snap, pulls it down, gets it away. It's a short kick. And the ball will be touched at the 39-yard line, so the Hornets will have pretty good field position for their next drive.
With 6:27 remaining in the third quarter of play, Big Jim Mitchell along with Bob Van Meter, Fulton, Missouri, the last final game of the 1986 season for the Cats. And we'd like to say thanks to all the sponsors that's made all of the broadcasts possible throughout the season. As you watch the game, we'd like to say a special thanks and hope that you will do too. A special thanks to the sponsors.
Motion to the near side, they pitch the right side. Wooten, excellent job on the far side, turning the play in. Brian Wooten from his left defensive end met the ball carrier in the backfield, had some help from Pruitt. Lost back to the 24-yard line. It'll bring up second down and 15 now. So the Wildcats apparently at halftime able to discuss some things and get the defense reorganized, as they are playing very well here in the third quarter. Hampton in the shotgun, tries a little inside handoff. Pittman with the football and a lot of running room down the near side. Pushed out of bounds. That'll be a first down for the Hornets. As the football moved into Wildcat territory about the 42. So the Cats got caught a little bit that time. Check at the football at the 46-yard line. Again, an inside handoff. And a flag thrown. Light was the first to make contact. Chamberlain made the tackle, but a holding call is going to go against the Hornets, so that will cost them yardage. Push the football back into their side of the field.
Again, Fulton High School in Class 4A football with a school enrollment of 669. They've had wins for the season over Moberly, 21-19 on September the 12th, and winning over Boonville, 19-0 on September the 26th. Losses to Camdenton, Columbia, Rockbridge, Mexico, Hannibal, Jefferson City, Helias, Marshall, and last week's shutout with Kirksville, 26-0.
First down, 23. Hampton again in the shotgun. This time he'll throw. Looks the middle, fires out there.
Intercepted. Davis with the football down the left side. Yes.
Down inside the 30-yard line. Dan Davis picked that football off cleanly. Good return, and the Wildcats now with good field position. And hopefully a chance to put some points on the board.
With 4:51 remaining in the third quarter of play, the Harrisonville Wildcats playing their last game of the season, 5-3 overall. They're 1-2, finished third in the West Central Conference. Wins over Warrensburg, Nevada, Pleasant Hill, Clinton, and Belton.
Inside handoff, good hole for Sean Powers. Lowers his head, fights his way down inside. Picks up yardage to the 20-yard line, near the 20.
Powers carried 3 times for 10 yards last week against Sedalia.
Second down now for the Cats, and less than 2. Powers and Isel in the backfield. Wills and Plattner the wide receivers. Again, straight ahead, it goes to Powers. He's got the first down. Good second effort down near the 15. Straight ahead football right now for the Wildcats. The offensive line doing the job. Evans, Loper, Foster in there for the Cats. Dan, Butler, and Light. It's the Cats offense now opening the holes. Flannery pitch back to Isel. He's got some running room. Cuts it to the outside. He'll be driven out about the 12. As the pursuit came across for the Hornets, knocked him out of bounds. Pickup of only a couple of yards. Make it second down now and about 8. Football marked inside the 15 at near the 13-yard line. Cats overshift the right side. Option back near the inside. Flannery with the football, dropped at the line at scrimmage. A little bit slow developing. He was trying to put the move on Charles Jackson. He had him, Jackson turned around, but by the time he could do anything with it, the pursuit had caught up. Now the Cats will take a timeout. So we will also take a break and be right back.
At California Waterbeds, they realize that the most used piece of furniture in your home is your mattress, and they want you to spend that time as relaxed and restful as possible. Choose a new waterbed from California Waterbeds' great selection, and you'll be floating away on the Soma mattress or one of their other fine brands. Visit John and Brenda Haynes at California Waterbeds on the north side of the Gaslight Shopping Center. Scott's in the Landmark Plaza has over 7,000 feet of home furnishings to choose from. They stock a large supply of that tough Armstrong carpeting, Target vinyl flooring, and Balic ceramic tiles, along with the biggest selection of quality furnishings anywhere. Scott's is celebrating their 39th year serving Western Missouri. giving quality at affordable prices. That's Scott's in the Landmark Plaza.
2:35 remaining in the third quarter play. The Cats holding on to their 7-6 lead over the Fulton Hornets. Yet in the first half, total yardage was Fulton 171 yards, Harrisonville 113.
Third down for the Wildcats. Third and about 6. Two wide receivers to the near side. Flannery on the roll. Fires out there, incomplete. Pass was intended for Wills, but he had a lot of pressure on him. He dumped it off short. So that's going to bring up fourth down now for the Cats. And it looks as if they are going to bring Joe Frakash on and would appear to be setting up for a field goal. It would be about a 28-yard attempt for Frakash if they do decide to do it. It's a fake. Flannery lofts it for the end zone. It's incomplete. Isel and Litchfield were both in the same place, so one would assume that somebody ran a wrong pattern, as they had too many defenders out there. It was knocked down. So the Cats don't come away with any points. However, the field position is not the best for Fulton right now. They have the football at their own 13-yard line.
So the score remains 7-6 with the Cats on top. 2:25 remaining in the third quarter of play.
Give off the right side. Short yardage situation. Hampton carrying the football. Chamberlain and Light in on the stop for the Cats. Gain of a couple. Make it second down and 8. Just under 2 minutes now to play in the third quarter. Fulton working out of the split backfield. And the quarterback stopped as he slipped in the backfield. So that will negate the gain of the previous play, and it'll bring up third down and 10. And the clock continuing to run. Under a minute and a half to play in the third quarter. 7-6. Still our score as it was at halftime. Cats leading by an extra point. Hampton brings him up to the line. Third down, drops back, wants to throw, looking the right side. It's out there, incomplete. Overthrow his intended receiver by about 5 yards. Plattner was on the coverage, and it'll bring up fourth down. And once again, we'll see the Cats have come very close to blocking the two previous punts. If they could block one back here, it would be points. Powers back in single safety near midfield. Fourth down. Low snap, steps up, gets the kick away. End over end kick. Powers takes on the fly at the 45 and slides down. Late hit. That one was a little bit perhaps not a rational call. Local crowd very upset. Powers had stopped to make a cut, slid down and was down, and Hampton just came over to cover him. He slid also, and in the referee's eyes, slid in a little too hard, so it's going to cost him 15 yards. And it'll move the football down near the 15-yard line, make it the 16, where the Cats will have excellent field position.
Minute left in the third quarter play from Fulton High School football field.
Litchfield and Flannery in the backfield. and Eisel. They throw the left side incomplete. Pass was intended for Plattner, but it was a bit too high and a little bit behind Wade. Couldn't haul it in. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 as the Cats trying to get it into the end zone on the first play. Clock stopped with 53 seconds here in the third quarter.
Score still 7-6. The Cats a 1-point lead. Trying to put another 6 on the board right here.
From the 15. Give to the right side. Powers pulled down. Lunges forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Defense for the Hornets really stiffening inside the 20-yard line. Clock running, 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Cats are going to have to get a play off here or call a timeout. They're
18
running
seconds.
Very low.
13 seconds.
They get it off. They option the near side. Flannery keeps it himself on a loose
Fumble.
football.
Man, oh man. Well, there's something we've seen happen a few times before in the games. Whenever the Cats were in good field position, had it going for them, a turnover killed them and was disastrous.
Well, at least it's deep in Hornet territory. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll be back for the final quarter of action after this.
Gillen Pharmacy and Health Mart, a winning combination. Everything your family needs, from cosmetics and health care to school supplies, even free blood pressure checks. Their pharmacy department is unsurpassed with a computer system that handles yearly tax records, Blue Cross and PCS claims. Compare Health Mart and save with Gillen Pharmacy at the Southland Shopping Center. Miller Hayes Country Chrysler believes the first car they sell a customer is a result of their sales staff, and every sale thereafter is made by the treatment he receives in the service center and the full line of inventory in their parts department. Lee Iacocca has made the commitment to make Chrysler, Plymouth, and Dodge the best built American cars and trucks on the road, and backs it up with a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. See Miller Hayes Country Chrysler.
Hampton on the inside handoff. Give off the left side. There's good running room. Pittman carrying the football once again for the Hornets, picking up good yardage. 25-yard line to about the 26. Pittman has done most of the damage against the Wildcats in the ball game today. He scored the lone touchdown, an 80-yard scamper. Again, they work out of the spread formation and movement on both sides. I believe the Cats jumped when the motion started. So that's going to bring up 1st and 15. The Hornets start that motion very abruptly, almost as if to try and draw the Wildcats off sides, and they have done it 2 or 3 times in the ball game today. 7-6 is our score. 11:53 to play in the ball game. Hampton from the spread formation wants to throw, fires it out there deep, has a man there just over his outstretched hands. Falls incomplete.
In the first half of play, Fulton had 6 attempts with 2 completions for 28 yards. Very effective on the ground, 143 yards rushing in the first half.
2nd down and 5. Football at the 31-yard line. Two wide receivers to the near side. Flip it out for Pittman. He eludes one ball carrier, reverses his field. The Wildcats have some people over there. He manages to squeak out a couple 3 yards of the play. Not sure what that play was designed to do, whether Pittman was going to try and throw the football after he had caught the little flare pass on the near side or not. They had a wide receiver a long ways downfield, but he ended up reversing his field, picking up about 3 yards. It's 3rd down and 1, the football resting at the 35-yard line of Fulton. They continue to work out of the spread. Quarterback keeps it himself. Loose football. And I think Fulton got it back. They pulled it loose, and the Wildcats just didn't see the ball on the ground. They had a couple of shots at it, but Fulton will come away with the 1st down and the football. The ball rests at the 37-yard line.
11:25 remaining in the game. The Cats still with a 1-point lead over the Fulton Hornets. The Hornets 2-7 for the season. The Wildcats 5-3.
Again from the spread, and a lot of people moving. You can't have 2 people in motion at one time, folks.
I begin to wonder if the
pass is incomplete.
Hey, I don't think they said, how are you out there right then.
Well, that play should never have started.
No.
That was an offensive penalty. The play should have been blown dead immediately.
It was like the officials were waiting and looking at each other, saying who's going to throw it.
2 people went in motion at the same time, which can't be done. The play should have been blown dead immediately. And instead, they let it continue and almost had a problem. It's going to cost Fulton 5 yards. Should be pretty cut and dried, but
Clock stop with 10:59 remaining in the game.
First and 15. So I'm sure that the Fulton fans are not happy with the refereeing they have seen here in the ball game thus far. Although I don't know that it's particularly one-sided. It hasn't been really good, period. 10:59 left to play in the ball game. First and 15 situation. Inside handoff. Harmon with nowhere to go as he's in the hands of Jared Light and Cass Evans. Second down, and a timeout will be taken by the Hornets, so we will also take a break and be right back.
It's 3 a.m. and the county is asleep. Unfortunately, health emergencies often happen when the rest of the county is sleeping. That's why anytime, day or night, the staff at Cass Medical Center is ready to provide emergency medical care. It's important to us to be ready to give medical emergency victims the best of care. Every night of the week, our emergency room physicians are at your county hospital just in case you need to see a doctor. It's comforting to know we are here, caring to give you the very best.
10:46 remaining in this football game from Fulton, Missouri. Big Jim Mitchell along with Bob Van Meter. And the last game for the Harrisonville Wildcats. And again, we'd like to say thanks to all the fine sponsors that's made all of these football broadcasts possible here on Cable Channel 2. And don't forget Nellie's Restaurant at 802 North Commercial in Harrisonville, where right now, Bob, a nice warm hot cup of coffee would sure sound good, right?
A nice warm anything would be wonderful at the present time. It's cold up here.
The rain has stopped. It rained pretty much all the first half, but as Bob mentioned, I think the temperature has dropped since then.
Second and 17. 4 wide receivers out. Pressure for Hartman. They throw it out. It's picked off again by Davis. He's spun down immediately. But a nice interception by Dan Davis, his second of the day. Effectively kills off that drive, as the Cats had pretty good pressure on the quarterback, Hampton. He kind of threw it up for grabs. And it'll be first down for the Cats. They have good field position at the 43-yard line of Fulton.
And 10:35 remaining in the game. The Cats still own a 1-point lead, 7-6.
Plattner sets up now on the near side. Flannery gives to Eisel. Off right tackle. Good yardage for Michael. And another late hit, or at least a late flag.
Stops the clock with 10:16 remaining. The Harrisonville Wildcats closing out their season. Started back on Friday, September the 5th with Belton. Went on to have a win over Belton, Clinton, Pleasant Hill, and Nevada before their first loss of the season, a conference loss Friday, October the 3rd against O'Hara. They were shut out in overtime by a score of 3-0.
Unsportsmanlike conduct was the call against Fulton. So that tacks on an extra 15 yards, moves the football down just outside the 20-yard line, the 21. Single back set, that's Powers for the Cats. He gets the call, good, blocks straight ahead. Jared Light, Matt Foster in on a little cross there, opened up a nice hole for Powers. He moves the football inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. It's a first down for the Cats. 10 minutes and 4 seconds left in the ball game. First and goal for the Cats from the 9. Powers gets the ball and hit. Short gain for Sean Powers. And the Cats have a player down on the field, and they'll come out to attend to it. Tim Dan, the injured player, off the field under his own power. Second down and goal to go for the Cats. Pitch out to Litchfield. Good block in front of him. But he gets piled up as he gets down near the 5-yard line. And again, a little extracurricular pushing and shoving on the far sideline. Again, this just really not the brand of football that the Wildcats are used to seeing in the West Central Conference. A little more of the power bully type football. And now the referees are calling both captains out, and I'm sure is going to explain to them that any more of this foolishness is going to result in penalties and possible ejections, so they better cool the tempers and play football. Football just inside the 5-yard line. It's third down and goal to go.
With 8:47 remaining in the game.
By the 5-yard line. Flannery on the roll, fires out there. It's intercepted.
Ooh.
Pittman pulls off the big play.
And oh man. Again, another turnover that has hurt and cost the Cats.
Well, and that's a very dangerous play when the Cats have it right down near the goal line. And then have it intercepted, and they get it back on the 30. It gives them the momentum that the Cats have taken away from them. 8:37 left to play in the ball game. Still a lot of time. So it's going to be up to the Wildcat defense now to shut the Hornets down. And for the umpteenth time the Cats jump off sides when the Hornets show motion. And when the defensive line does that, they're just not watching the football. First and 5. Football moved down now to the 35-yard line. Hampton at quarterback, motion to the far side of the field. They pitch it back to the left side. Gain of a couple of yards over on the far side.
Clock running with 7:50 remaining in the game. Score still remains the Harrisonville Wildcats 7 and Fulton Hornets 6.
Second down 3. Football at the 37-yard line. Handoff to Pittman. Fights his way forward for the first down. Chamberlain had him wrapped up, but Pittman drug him forward for the first down. So now the football at the 42-yard line. Clock running 7:15 to play in the ball game. 1 point Wildcat lead, 7-6. Pitch to the near side to Pittman. Again, he's got some running rooms, but a flag is thrown in an area where you would expect to hold. And I believe the run by Pittman is going to be negated by a penalty.
And again, draws some response from the local fans.
Well, the lead blocker out ahead of Pittman had his hands look like rooting. So there really wasn't any question about it. Always seems funny that fans would gripe about an obvious call. I mean, if the guy jumps off sides, why do you yell at the referee for throwing the flag? I mean, that's his job.
And in a case where called it a late hit a while ago, where it was just, I'm sure, possible just a...
That was a marginal call at best, and I would probably yell about that too.
And now we have an official's timeout on the field.
Conferring with the side judge.
Again, 7:01 remaining in the football game. The Cats still on to a 1-point lead by a score of 7-6.
First down and 25. The football moved back to the 25-yard line of Fulton. Inside handoff to the tailback, or excuse me, the wingback. Only a gain of about a yard. Pruitt on the stop for the Cats. That's going to bring up second down now at about 24.
Harrisonville Wildcats closing out their season here at Fulton this afternoon. They finished 1-2 in the West Central Conference, third place. They were 5-3 overall.
Hampton to throw the football. It's incomplete. A flag was thrown on the far side. Cats may have been lined up offsides. We'll see who it goes against. So it's an illegal procedure call against the Hornets. They may want to decline this and take the down as they're already a long ways back. It would bring up third down.
Hornets' last win coming back on September the 26th whenever they won over Boonville by a score of 19-0.
Cats do refuse the penalty and take the play. It's third down and 24. Hampton back in the spread. A little Statue of Liberty loose football. They mangle him. Woo. Good hit, Tim Dan. Light had him wrapped up. Tim Dan just came in and cleaned him up. So that loss is going to put the football all the way back to the 15-yard line. 4th down. In order to get a first down, they would have to cross midfield. Fourth and 32. Fulton to punt the football. Low snap, they get it away. Powers has to go back on the ball and takes a good Fulton bounce. Picks it up about his own 29. Shoestring down at the 30. So that time, Fulton got a good punt off. It's the first time today. Powers was not ready for it as it went over his head. Cost the Wildcats probably about 20 yards on the return. But it does give them the football with 5:24 to play here in the ball game.
The Harrisonville Wildcats looking for a win to close out their season here in Fulton. They lost last week to Sedalia by a score of 31-0.
Here the Cats must hold on to the football.
And again.
Flag, it looked like Fulton had jumped. The Cats moved, but only after Fulton had jumped across. So that'll move it out near the 35-yard line in a 1st and 5 situation for the Cats.
5:06 remaining in the game. The Cats still own a 1-point lead, 7-6.
First down, Isel gets the call across the 40-yard line. He's got the first down, or another first down. And the clock will continue to run. 4:48 when it starts after they move the chains. Again, very important here for the Wildcat offense to hang on to the football. They continue to move it, that's fine, but hang on to it, don't turn it over. Eat up some time on that clock. Long count by Flannery, give to Litchfield, good hold, runs straight up the middle. And he's going to be very close to another Wildcat first down. As he crosses midfield, he's about the 47-yard line. They may want to bring the chains in to measure this one, and they will. Cats are short by the nose of the football. 2nd down and inches for the Cats. Football at the 47-yard line. Flannery on the quarterback sneak has the first down across the 40-yard line, just inside the 40. So the Cats will have a fresh set of downs. And 4 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock.
First half of play, Fulton 171 yards, Harrisonville 113. 7 first downs for the Cats, 5 for Fulton.
And now movement by the Wildcats.
Looking at the Cats throughout the year, they got off to a good start, winning 4 games in a row. Belton, Clinton, Pleasant Hill, Nevada. Then whenever they went into conference play, that's it, where the trouble started. They lost in overtime to O'Hara, followed by another conference loss to the Panthers of Raymore Peculiar. Won over Warrensburg, lost last week against Sedalia.
1st and 15 and give straight ahead for very short yardage. Mike Isel carrying the football. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 13 to go for the Cats.
3:25 remaining in the football game.
Second down from the split backfield. Litchfield with the football. Fights his way back inside the 45-yard line. down and 10, the situation that faces the Cats right now after the timeout taken by Fulton. Flag thrown. They pitch back to Litchfield. He's driven out of bounds on the far side. I believe Plattner cut up a little bit too soon. He was in motion to the near side. So we'll see what Fulton wants to do here. It is a legal procedure against the Cats. They want to decline the penalty, which they do, and will bring up 4th down. And it appears the Cats will have to kick the football away. 2:53 left to play in the ball game, still some time. The Cats would like to get this ball down deep into Hornet territory. Good snap. Light steps up, gets it away. Spinning kick over on the far side. It's going to be downed. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
They down at about the 1-yard line. Boy, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. Jared's kick just spun and went dead. They elected to let it go. The Cats covered it quickly, put it down, and now Fulton has it with 99 yards to go, 2:42 left in the game.
The Cats with a 1-point lead, 7-6.
Safety. Pittman got the football, and the Cats met him as soon as he had the ball, tackle him in the end zone.
Beautiful.
2 points for the Cats, and now Fulton will have to kick it back to the Wildcats.
Well, that's a very important break there for the Cats, as they now have a 9-6 lead with 2:24 remaining.
Fulton will kick the ball back to the Wildcats. They kick it from their own 20-yard line. They try an onside kick. The Cats cover it. So the Cats will have very good field position at about their own 30-yard line, or excuse me, the Fulton 30-yard line, just outside there. But more importantly, they have the football with 2:22 left to play in the ball game. 9-6 is the score. The Cats scoring the touchdown in the first half, an extra point, picking up the safety here in the fourth quarter. And the clock running with 2:10 to play in the ball game. Flannery, long count, gives off the left side. Ron Litchfield gets down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. 1:56 left to play in the ball game. Gain of about 7 for Ron. So the seniors playing their last ball game, trying to go out on a winning note here. Senior backfield, Ron Litchfield and Mike Eisel. It's Eisel with the football now. He's got the first down. And that will move the chains down as that gets the football about the 17-yard line. Clock started with 1:27 to play in the final game of the Wildcats season. .113 left. Flannery gives again to Litchfield off the left side. Spins and fights his way down as a flag was thrown on the far side of the field. That will stop the clock with 1:06 left to play in the ball game. First and 15 for the Cats. Under a minute to play in the ball game. Litchfield, the ball carrier, 2 hands on the football as he fights his way forward. That'll bring up second down now for the Wildcats.
Clock continuing to run with 39 seconds left in the game.
And now the clock is stopped by the Fulton Hornets. Final 36 seconds left in the ball game and the season for the Harrisonville Wildcats and the Fulton Hornets. Mike Eisel with the carry off the right side, fights his way down near a first down. Under 30 seconds now to play in the ball game. And a third down situation for the Cats.
Clock continuing to run now within 15 seconds of being the final game of the season for both teams.
9 seconds. The Cats are going to try and get off one more play here in this season. Eisel, the ball carrier, fights his way down inside the 5. That's the ball game. And the Harrisonville Wildcats have closed out their season by defeating the Fulton Hornets by a score of 9-6.
So for the Fulton Hornets, they close out their season 2-8 overall. The Harrisonville Wildcats close out at 5-4 overall, 1-2 in the West Central Conference. And just going back looking at the records, Bob, I think one of the highlights of this season for the Cats was in that first game that the Cats played against the Belton Pirates, whenever they had a win and gave head coach Bob Barrett his 100th victory, all with the Wildcats. I think that had to be one of the highlights of the season as we look back.
Well, it certainly was, Jim. I'm sure it was exciting for Coach Barrett, and he'll look back on that as an important win. Of course, the Wildcats this year unable to get into the playoffs and unable to win the conference championship, but heck, they've still had a good year with only 3 losses throughout the year. They were against very good teams, but the Wildcats still played well throughout the year.
Started off with a good start, 4 wins in a row for the Cats. Then it seemed like whenever they got into the conference, that's where they had their trouble. They had a conference loss to O'Hara in overtime, lost 3-0. Then they come right back with another conference loss to the Raymore Peculiar Panthers, losing 14-0. They went to Warrensburg, won their conference game over the Tigers by a score of 14-0. And then came back, played their season final at home last week, lost it by a score of 31-0. And then here this afternoon in Fulton in the season with a 7-6 win, closing out their season at 6 wins and 3 losses.
Well, it's been great working with you again this year, Jim, as the Wildcats